Today, on Starfield Essentials, I review a paid creation that is another awesome contribution from one of my favorite quest modders. This is Lost Colonies Vesta by TheMilkArtist, available for 500 credits on creations. I'll give an overview, warnings, my conclusion, and some spoilers by viewer request at the end. My name is Richard. Let's get started. Overview. Lost Colonies Vesta is an achievement-friendly creation. The last creation that I reviewed by TheMilkArtist was Lost Colonies Tirawa, which I enjoyed playing. My TLDR is this, and it will sound familiar if you watched my Lost Colonies Tirawa review. If you at all resonate with the kinds of paid creations that I like, then you must buy Lost Colonies Vesta. I thought it was worth every credit, possibly more so than Tirawa, thanks to the longer playtime. While I will not include spoilers in the main portion of this video, I will share a little bit of content at the end. One of my viewers requested spoilers, so I will show a couple aspects of the creation that I thought were especially noteworthy. That way, you could watch the main portion to get my review, and see clearly marked spoiler content if you so choose. The basic premise of this creation is that the United Colonies wants your help hunting 3 war criminals. Oddly enough, I started this creation at the Aquila City Consulate, where I spoke with a UC representative. To trigger the UC representative appearing, you have to walk right up to the poster and get very close to it.
You're looking at ghosts, stranger. 3 of them. All ex-UC. All disappeared after the war. Defected. The woman on the left, that's Celine Trask, surgeon turned field executioner. Top right is Mira Kesslin, tactical comms. And him? Jorel Sachs, infantry captain, responsible for mass civilian casualties.
Almost all of the action took place in the Lunaris system, specifically on the planet Vesta. Thank you as always to Anara.cz for these images. I highly recommend visiting and supporting that site. For the creation, TheMilkArtist has built a freestar colony called Vesta Prime on Vesta. However, it has a precarious position. Per the terms of the Colony War Armistice, Vesta Prime should not be officially recognized as a colony. Little details like this show that TheMilkArtist understands and appreciates Starfield lore, and seeks to integrate their creations into the bigger game picture. The Vesta Prime POI is a great location. It's a mix of repurposed assets, such as the Reliant Medical Organics Lab from Beta Terdion 1, and original assets. The features section of the creation page mentions a new POI with 10 variations. It only appears in lore-appropriate locations. I think this might be a Colony War mech battlefield. This seems to be the case when I check the creation in Xedit. With respect to NPCs, TheMilkArtist again hired voice actors for this creation. The NPCs were great, and felt like real people living in the colony.
Yeah, a little busy here. Oh, wait. You must be the one Varn pinged me about. He's awfully trusting towards outsiders. Anyway, we have a problem. Our lead lab tech is missing, our water's spiked with toxins, and my team's ready to strike if I ask them to scan one more rotten route. If you're here to help, start by finding my lab tech, Ben. He was tracing a potential leak along the outflow lines. Never came back.
I liked how TheMilkArtist included options for dialogue that recognized the character's traits or backgrounds.
Welcome to Vesta Prime. How can I help you today? Another tracker? Oh, wow. Yes, please, go right ahead.
There are even benefits to this creation if you bring Sarah as your main companion. As a Colony War veteran, she will sometimes say something appropriate for the occasion.
The Colony War Memorial is actually quite lovely, in a solemn sort of way. Seriously? The Colony War, of course. Yes, absolutely. The UC has to be as transparent as possible from now on. Otherwise, we could be risking a second Colony War.
The core tasks in this creation were the 3 UC bounty missions in my quest list. However, as I interacted with the NPCs on Vesta Prime, I acquired other quests to complete. At one point, I had 9 active quests associated with this creation. Furthermore, after I completed 2 of the quests, I had the opportunity to continue to perform side missions for 2 NPCs. I'll show both of them here as examples, because they're not core to the creation in terms of secrets or missions. The first one involved harvesting and supplying wheat to a colonist.
How's it going? Let's see. Yeah, that's good grain. No mold, no bugs. You've got a better hand than half the bots out there.
The second one involved finding or buying microcells and supplying them to a war veteran.
You're back. Got anything for me? Found another microcell? Good. Just leave it there and take your cut.
These were not earth-shattering activities, but they paid well and they provided a little more value once I completed the main quests. Next, warnings. This creation was pretty stable for me. One issue I encountered involved Sarah's commentary. Sometimes she appeared right in my face, with no respect for personal space.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. Well, as leader of an exploration society, I happen to have accumulated years of experience in diplomacy.
Another issue involves solving the puzzle associated with the Dusted side quest. I don't think the MilkArtist intended for this to be difficult. However, it was not obvious to me how I should have acted to fulfill the mission. Here I'm going to show you the right buttons to press.
Easy money.
Don't think this is a spoiler, because it's not supposed to be a puzzle. The order to press the buttons is Lightning Bolt, red button, Radioactive Circle, red button, exclamation point, yellow button. Along the way, you'll have to unlock the red and yellow buttons using digipicks.
There it goes. Pressure's holding. No sparks, no fire.
Conclusion. Lost Colonies Vesta costs 500 credits, and I think it's worth it. It combines a variety of quests, both combat and non-combat, into a creative, cohesive whole. It took me over 3 hours to complete all of the primary and secondary quests. It features high-quality voice acting with fairly interesting NPCs. I appreciated that Lost Colonies Vesta fleshed out more locations in the game while adding some material to the lore. I liked that the heart of this creation was finding 3 war criminals who were hiding from justice. I had the option to fulfill that mission or let the criminals go. There's a third way with mods, which I will show in the spoilers section. Thank you, TheMilkArtist, for your work. For full disclosure, please know that I was about to buy this creation, but TheMilkArtist sent it to me for review. So, thank you for the review copy of this creation. And thank you to all my subscribers. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. Special thanks to all channel members. I hope you're enjoying our private Discord server. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There's no obligation. I use your contributions to pay for drives for capturing footage and to buy creations to review. Perhaps not this time, but I have a ton more waiting in my queue. Next, spoilers. For those of you who want to see spoilers, here are 2 examples. The first spoiler shows how I use the non-lethal framework and useful brigs creations to capture and not eliminate one of the war criminals. Non-lethal capture is not one of the native options in the creation. However, using these excellent mods by Korodic, I could stun, restrain, and then send the target to my ship's brig. I was then able to turn the bounty into one of my party members in exchange for credits. In-game, this is treated mechanically and statistically as a kill, but I roleplay that the target was sentenced to prison. The second spoiler shows how activating the dam on Vesta Prime worked. I really enjoyed watching more and more water be released as my character activated each pump. This is another cool mechanic that the MilkArtist integrated into Starfield. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of the game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you'll see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the word wheat. Also, Remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos and please tell your friends about the channel. My name is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.